Most of the carriers that I see fail, they're not even rated at all, okay? They're new and they have bigger problems than the ones we're talking about right now. Hey, I'm John Stevenson, the Guaranteed Retirement Guy. Let's talk about annuity diversification. So why would you want to diversify your annuity investment? Well, simply to spread out your risk.
But then of course people ask, well, I thought annuities weren't risky.
Well, typically, no, they're not. They're very, very safe. But, anything can happen. The earth, could be bombed somewhere and take out Allianz in Germany, right? Here's the thing with diversification. If you've got $1 million and you're worried about the State Guarantee Association's limit of $250,000, unless of course you're in Connecticut and $500,000, then maybe you're worried and you're like,
Hey, I want to diversify because I've got this $1 million and I want income.
Then you can do that. You just put it in the top 4 income annuities. So when I show people annuity comparisons, I'm showing you everything that's available and I'll rate it, from the top all the way down to the bottom as far as which one will give you the most income. And we can also filter it by A rated versus B++. So, but oftentimes you can find a good B++ company that is also insured by the State Guarantee Association, and you can put $250,000 of your premium in there, and then put another $250,000 into another, and so on. So if you want to spread it out like that, where you're worried about companies failing, that is a way to spread out your risk. Now, if you've got a couple $1 million and you want to just put it into one policy, then I would recommend a very strong B++ or a strong A rated company. Okay, you got F&G is very strong, and you've got Allianz, North American, Midland. You got a number of companies that are very, very strong. I had a guy, he put $1.2 million into Allianz. He was okay. He was okay with the income being less. He saw all the other annuity options and he's like,
John, I want the biggest and the baddest company.
Which Allianz is the largest one in the world. Unfortunately, they do not pay out the most income. So you do not have to use them just to make yourself feel better. Okay, they're still great. They're a safe company, but so is Equitrust, so is Sentinel Security, so is North American, so is F&G, and so on. It's hard to beat Allianz. Allianz is worth like $3 trillion, and that's how much they got under management. Okay, it's hard for anyone to really keep up with them. But you got other A+ rated companies that are just as highly rated, but they've only got like a fraction of their assets, like 200 billion, right? So just think about that when you want to diversify. If you've got 200 or 300 grand, stick it into one annuity. If you got 500 grand, stick it in one annuity. You really don't need to diversify that out unless you're super worried. But basically what you could do is you could just spread it out, because they will insure basically per policy holder or per company, right? So you can have 250 with one carrier, but you can't do 250, 250, 250 with one carrier. They're only going to insure one of them, right? So spread it out among carriers, okay, if that's what you want to do as far as diversification. But if you got a couple $1 million and you want to stick it into one, there are plenty of good companies where you should feel safe putting your money in, because they have a long track record, they have a long history, and they have high income. Okay, and when you have that, it's really hard to put it in something else that's going to give you way less income. You can be strategic about it, you can be smart about it, but at the same time, you could also work with an advisor like me who knows the ins and outs of each of these carriers and who could steer you in the right direction and keep you away from the carriers who he thinks will fail. Most of the carriers that I see fail, they're not even rated at all. Okay, they're new and they have bigger problems than the ones we're talking about right now. The ones we're talking about right now are very, very solvent, very strong, and not to mention a lot of these will pay for reinsurance. So if something goes wrong, they'll spread out their risk with other carriers like Allianz to help them out before the State Guarantee Association will step in. So there's so many layers of protection. Not to mention you have all the reserve amounts, okay? There's so much in place to protect you. But when in doubt, if you're worried, and I do this all the time, just spread them out. We'll diversify it among several different companies. And then you can just activate income for each one of those. You can do it all at the same time. And a lot of times what people choose to do is they'll activate income for one or two, and then they'll wait for a couple of others to activate income on those, because the income rider is growing that income benefit value so big that it makes sense to defer that out a little bit. So anyways, that's my 2 cents on that. If you want to talk to me about purchasing an annuity, I'd love to help you. Okay, there is a link below this video. Go straight to my calendar and I'll show you everything that's available. Okay, it doesn't matter what I'm getting paid. I'll show you the ones that pay me the least, and the ones that pay me a lot. Okay, I want you to see everything so that you can see the ones that are paying you the most, because really your retirement is about you. I mean, I'm gonna help you with purchasing it. I'm gonna help you during and after it. Yeah, guess what? I'm gonna talk to you after I get my commission, okay? I want referrals. That's super, super important. So anyways, I hope that helps. If that gives you value, I hope that you will like and subscribe. And thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Hey, I really appreciate you watching the video today. If any of it makes sense to you, or if you found value, or if you even got a question about anything, there's no stupid question, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you.